Good morning, my friends. Welcome to another session of STEAM. Today we're going to be making slime. So I'm going to show you 3 different kinds of slime that you can make with some household things that you may have already at home. So now that these are because I'm going to be showing you 3 different slimes, they do all come out a little bit different, but they're all basically tactile and great for sensory for your children. So the first slime I'm going to show you, what you're going to need is some shower body wash. Now you do want to make sure it's the gel kind. So usually the transparent kind, sorry. So here I have this dial spring water, and then what you also need is a pinch of sugar, which I've already put here into this bowl. So it's a super simple process. What you want to do is get your body wash gel, and you want to get your kids to squeeze it into the bowl, and you just want to squeeze as much as you want to make slime. So let's go ahead and squeeze it in here. And then make sure you have your pinch of sugar, and then once you have your pinch of sugar, you can have your kids mix, 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 and they are going to mix it, and it's going to look like this. So you want to mix it for a good 5 minutes. And if you notice that it's a little bit too liquidy, you want to add more sugar, but not too much, just a pinch at a time to make it a little bit more firmer. And then after you've been mixing it for a little bit, what you want to make sure is that there's not too much liquid left, and that it has kind of formed a little firmer. So you'll see it'll kind of start sticking together. And then what you want to do is you want to put it in the freezer for about 10 minutes. So after about 10 minutes, you want to check on this slime, and then you're going to notice that it's gotten a lot more firmer. And then at that point, if you pick up the slime and you find that it's still liquidy, then you want to add another pinch of sugar and then mix it in again, and then pop it in the freezer for another 10 minutes. So I'm going to show you how that turned out to be. So I'm just gonna grab it really fast. So now with STEAM, because we're doing science experiments, they all kind of turned out a little bit different. So after taking it out of the freezer, it did get a little bit frosty, and this kind of slime is a little bit different. It's a lot more gooey. It doesn't really stretch, but you see how it kind of sticks together a little bit. Now this is a fun kind of sensory that you can do with your kids when you are trying to incorporate the winter weather. You can make a winter scene and make your body wash slime, and then create a sensory activity for them learning about the winter months. So as you can see, it doesn't stick as much, but it's a great 2-ingredient slime that you can use for your child when you want to do a fun activity. Now another thing you can do, because this does end up being quite cold after you take it out of the freezer, but it is the best to play with when it's out of the freezer. So you can also put it in a Ziploc bag if you want it to be a little bit cleaner experience for your kids' little hands, especially if they are really little and you want to make sure that they don't put it in their mouth. So that is the body wash and sugar slime. So the next slime I'm going to show you, what you're going to need is some glue. So I have just some regular glue here. You can also choose to have colored glue, or you can have transparent glue. Now this kind of slime I found to work the best. So if you do happen to have glue, and then you also want some detergent, some laundry detergent. So you do want to have the liquid kind of laundry detergent. And then if you have some food coloring, which is optional, it's always fun to be able to add some colors to your slime, but again, it's optional. And this is super simple as well, and I found this recipe to be the best kind to get that really stretchy slime. So this is what you want to do. You get a container to put all your ingredients in, so I just have a bowl here. And then you're gonna have your child choose which kind of glue that they wanna use, whatever glue you have on hand, as long as it is liquid glue. So I'm going to put in here some of this clear glue. It's nice and fun because you can make the slime, the colors come out when you have this kind of clear glue. So let's just squeeze it into the bowl. Again, just use as much as you want to make slime. So have your child put the glue into the bowl. And then what you're going to want to do is you want to put in a small dollop of laundry detergent. So you can have your child spoon that out, 1 teaspoon at a time. So put that into your glue. And then after you've added the laundry detergent, have your child start mixing up the 2 ingredients. So again, that's just liquid glue and laundry detergent. So as you can see right away, as you're mixing it, it does start clumping together, just like that. Now, if you notice that it's a little bit more liquidy, then you want to add a little bit more glue. So this time I'm going to add my colored glue, which is a lot of fun because once you put it in, it already turns into the color that the glue is. So this is obviously going to turn blue. So we're going to put in a little bit of this blue glue in. So let's squeeze a dollop in there. Again, then you want to have your children to start mixing that together, just like that. So making slime is a lot of stirring. So it's a lot of fun for the kids because they get to feel that they're really helping out, and it's a lot of fun for them to be a part of the process. So I'm just gonna mix it up a little bit more. So there you go, you see that it's starting to become really slimy. Look at that, it's stretching. However, you're going to want to see if you do feel it's still a little bit more sticky and tacky, like glue texture, then you can add in a little bit more of laundry detergent. So you wanna play around. So that's the great thing about this fun science activity, because it's a lot of problem solving and seeing what happens the more you add certain ingredients. So basically it's stirring in the glue and the laundry detergent until you get a great tactile kind of form of the glue and the laundry detergent. All right, so we're gonna keep mixing that. I'm going to add in a little bit more glue here. So let's add in the blue. All right, so let's mix it in some more. Mix, 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 and feel free to have your kids touch and feel it. Ask them what it feels like, what it smells like, what it looks like. All right, so you're gonna keep mixing this, and after you've done that and you've added in your glue and your laundry detergent, what I found is that sometimes the laundry detergent does make it a little bit really slippery, and it makes it more liquidy. So again, you just want to keep adding in the glue and then touches of laundry detergent until it starts becoming a lot more firmer. And then I'm going to show you what it turns out to be. So it turns out to be like this, and it's a lot of fun. So after you've been stirring, it's about 10 minutes, 15 minutes of stirring. You can have your children take it out of the bowl, and then they can start working with it as though it's just like Play-Doh and kneading it in. The more you knead it in, the more it's going to turn into this kind of texture where you can stretch it out Now, another fun thing that you can do with your slime is if you have some baby oil lying around, you can also add a touch of that to your slime. So you want to knead that in. And this helps so that it doesn't stick on your child's hands. So you just want them to knead it in. And also another thing that you can add is if you have glitter. I didn't have any glitter, but I'm using some sprinkles, as long as of course there's adult supervision all the time, and make sure they're not putting it in their mouth. You can just add in something fun to chop off the slime with, and it adds for a more sensory experience because they're going to be feeling the textures of the slime. All right, so let's get all that sprinkles into the slime, and I'm going to show it closer to the camera so you can see. Look at that. How fun is that? So again, with all science experiments that you do, please make sure that there is always adult supervision to make sure that your child is not putting it in their hands. If you do want to make it a little bit safer for your wee ones, again, you can put it into Ziploc bags and then tape it onto the table and then they can play with it that way. And it does make it a mess-free experience. But for your older kids or your kids who you do want them to be touching it, then of course make sure you always have adult supervision. This is so great to be practicing their fine motor skills. They're going to be practicing their hand-eye coordination as well as their problem solving. So this was a favorite of our household kind of slime. Again, you do only want 2 ingredients, which is glue, liquid glue, and some liquid laundry detergents. Okay, and then also some sprinkles or glitter if you want to add that in. So the last slime recipe that I want to show you is a taste safe slime. So what you're going to need is you're going to want to need some chia seeds, some water, and some corn flour. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get your bowl just like that, and then you're going to add in about 4 teaspoons of chia seed, and then you're going to want to add in about 1/4 cup of water. So I'm going to show you, I have that here already in the bowl right over here. So if you notice that it's too watery for your chia seeds, then just add a few more tablespoons of chia seeds, just like that. So what you're going to want to do is once you have it in together, you want to mix that in together, have your kids mix it in together. You just want to make sure that the chia seeds are covered with water. The reason for this is because once chia seeds are in water, if you've ever had it as a snack or eaten it before, they start to expand a little bit. So that's what's going to help make our slime texture. Now the difference with this slime though is it did come out a little bit more Play-Doh texture, and you'll see in a second when I show you. However, it is really great for toddlers because of the fact that it is taste safe, and you can experiment with it to make it unique as your own, add in different things. So after you add in the chia seeds and water, what you want to do is you want to pop it in the fridge for about 2 to 4 hours. I would recommend though, if you want to prep this the day before, because having it overnight really makes the chia seed expand a lot more. So this has already been in the fridge, so it's gonna kind of look like this. It's a little hard to see here, but after you take it out of the fridge, then you want to add in some corn flour right here, or cornstarch, just like that. You want to add in about 1/4 cup at a time. So let's just add this to the bowl. Okay, and then have your children stir that up. And you want to make sure the water and the chia seeds and the cornstarch all get in there. And again, if you notice that it's too watery, the texture, you just want to add in a little bit more cornstarch as you go, because the kind of texture that you want it to be is a little bit Play-Doh-like. You're going to see it start coming together. So just keep adding in your cornstarch and mixing in together. And then once you start mixing it again. It's a lot of mixing, so about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, have your kids help out with the mixing. I'm gonna show you what it's going to end up looking like. It's going to start forming in together just like this. So after you've started mixing for 10 to 15 minutes, you want to take it out of the bowl, and you can put it on to the table and have your kids start kneading it together just like Play-Doh. And also, you can add in some food coloring. So I did add in some yellow food coloring, as you can see, but you can add in any color that you like. You can also not add in any food coloring, and it just makes it like kind of like a white kind of doughy color. And I've also heard of people putting some oil into it, some scented oil, but you do of course want to be careful because, again, adult supervision. If you know that your little one might be putting something in their mouth, then you do only want to keep it to be chia seeds, water, and cornstarch. If you do add anything else in, then it is no longer safe to be putting into their mouth. So this is the texture that you're going to have. It isn't as slimy as the glue recipe that we had, but this is the safest recipe for your youngest ones at home. What you can do is you can add some baby oil. Again, this will not make it edible at that point, but you can add in some baby oil, and it does make it a little bit more of that slimy texture, but this recipe does not make it a stretch like the regular slime. But again, these are 3 great recipes to make something tactile, something fun for your little kids to be pressing their fingers in, to be discovering and experimenting in. So let me show you again the 3 different kinds and how they turned out. So this is the chia seed recipe that we had. Okay, and I did want to point out, because this is edible, it can be stored in the fridge for up to 4 days. After that, you do want to check on it because it can get bad just like any other kind of food. So this is only good for a few days. The next recipe was the frozen body wash gel. So again, this wasn't as stretchy as regular gel, but it is great to touch for your kids. It's nice and cold. It does stretch to a point, but it does a little bit more goopy, but it does only include 2 ingredients. That is body wash and a little pinch of sugar. And with our best recipe, if you have it at home, that is our liquid glue and liquid laundry detergent. If you have this at home, this did make the best recipe for the kids. Look how stretchy and fun that is. You can also, again, put that in a Ziploc bag. I'll show you what it would look like. I just have a spoon in here, but if you put it in the Ziploc bag and you tape it up, your kids can also have a mess-free experience. But we had a lot of fun with this glue and laundry detergents experiments here activity. We also experimenting with sticking all of the slime together, and it was just a lot of great sensory fun. So I hope you guys like these fun recipes. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment, and I hope you join us next week for our next STEAM activity. See you next time. Bye.